Hey there everyone, it's Marie here from Marie Nicole Designs. I have a fun little card to share with you today. This one features some of these fun coffee images and cupcakes. Book.com. This is the pumpkin spice set. Comes with all of these fun stamps and sentiments, and there's also the coordinating dies so that you can stamp, color, and cut them all out and slap them on a card. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp, color, and cut them out really quickly here, and you have all of these fun little images that you can build a card with. So we're going to take these and we're going to make a background for them. So for creating my background, I'm putting down a card panel, just a plain white card panel, and I wanted to show you this really fun new tool that I have on my desktop. This is a tape dispenser for the mint tape, and I absolutely love it. So you can take the little insert piece out here. It fits inside a roll of mint tape just perfectly, and then you just pop it into that base, and then you can easily pull out a piece of tape and tear it off. This is great because a lot of times I forget to find my tape before I tape my dies down when I'm die cutting. So usually I have one hand free and I can tear off a piece of tape now with one hand, and it's really helpful. But today I'm using the tape to do a little bit of masking. I'm masking off that bottom portion of my card base so that it can be free of any color or anything, and I can stamp my sentiment on the bottom. Above my mint tape, I'm using a little bit of antique linen distress oxide ink. I'm using a domed ink blending tool, and I'm just adding sort of an arch of color in the background here. It's kind of light on camera, but when you look at the card in person, it shows up a little bit better. Now, before I take that masking tape off, I'm going to do a little bit more to the background. I've got some of this ground espresso color because that goes perfectly with the whole theme of the card. I'm going to smush it out here onto my little craft mat, and I'm going to add a little bit of water to it to water it down. Now I'm grabbing some of my solar paste, but I'm not actually using the paste. I'm actually using the lid, and I'm going to just pick up some of this ground espresso color, and I'm going to smush it onto my paper, and it's going to create what looks like a little coffee ring. So this is a really fun and easy technique you can do if you're doing a coffee theme card and you just want to bring some coffee to your card. I thought it looked really fun. I'm going to grab some paintbrushes now, and also adding some splatters around the background to kind of just break it up a little bit and add some more interest. So I'm just picking up some more of that ground espresso color and using my two paintbrushes to add some splatters. Now you're going to want to let this dry. You could hit it with a heat tool if you want, but sometimes I feel like letting it dry on its own is better. So here it is all dried. There are a few spots that are still drying. They were a little bit thick, so I'm going to dab those with a paper towel. But you can see as I peel off my masking tape, my mint tape there, I've got this perfect line where I can separate the background from the bottom portion where I'm going to stamp my sentiment. Now I want to cut down this card panel a little bit so that it's slightly smaller than the front of my card. That way I get a nice little border around it, a little bit of matting, and it just looks a little bit more finished. So I'm using some of the rectangles from the nested rectangle dies from Scrapbook, adding some of my mint tape to hold that die in place, and I'm going to go ahead and cut it out. So now I can start kind of assembling my card. My background is dry, and I'm going to put on all of my little pieces and things. So I'm grabbing this Joyful paper pad. This one's got all kinds of really bold colors, and I loved this dark green. I thought it went well with the coffee for reasons that I think we all know. I love going through the drive-thru at that place. And I'm going to go ahead and add my coffee images to the front of this card. Now some of them are going to be on foam adhesive, some of them are just going to be glued down in the back. This kind of varies the dimension to make it look like they're popping off the page. So I've got them all arranged where I want them to go, and I'm opening up my bottle of clear glue from Scrapbook.com. Now this glue, like the name suggests, it dries clear, so you can add it to projects, not have to worry about it. being opaque. I haven't tried it yet, but I wonder if you could use it as like raindrops or something on your background. So maybe I'll try that in the future. But for now, I'm just using it as a glue to glue down my little pieces. I'm just laying them all out there so I can kind of eyeball how I want them arranged. And I'm going to glue those two little pieces in the back. Now I did stamp these images with some black hybrid ink and I colored them with alcohol markers, but you could absolutely do watercolors, you could do colored pencils, or any kind of coloring medium that you might have. Now I realized I need to stamp my sentiment before I put on my foam pieces, the pieces that are going to be stuck down with foam adhesive. So I'm using my Scrapbook.com Quartz Pink or Quartz Rose MISTI, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp that sentiment. Again, using my black hybrid ink. I love this for sentiments and images that I'm going to color because it doesn't run or smear once you give it time to dry, no matter what coloring medium you may use with it. So now that I have that sentiment stamped, I can go ahead and add my little images that I'm popping up on foam. And then they won't get in the way now when I try to go stamp. So it's always better to stamp first and then add your foam images. So I'm just using some of these foam circles from Scrapbook.com. I'm just peeling off the backing paper and sticking them down. I think these images are just so cute. I love that you have all of these fun little cupcakes and donuts, and the frosting is a lot of fun to color. And I use a white gel pen to add the sprinkles back on there and kind of make those white sprinkles pop. Now I'm just going to go ahead and add the card panel to my card background using some foam adhesive from Scrapbook.com. I used this foam adhesive from the roll, just rolled it out, added it, and used my scissors to cut it down to size. And I'm just going to pop it here on my green background. You can see how cutting that front panel down a little bit gives a nice little matted edge and makes it look a little bit more finished. Now I'm going to take that whole panel, add some of this tape from Scrapbook.com, and I'm going to put it on my card base. So this tape is really easy to use. You could also use the tape runner or liquid adhesive. I think this is just really easy to add to the back of your card and peel off the backing paper and then line it up on your card base. I'm using a card base from Scrapbook.com too. This is the Nina Solar White paper, so it's great for card bases. It's also great for coloring on, so it worked really well with this card. So that is the card today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't already, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, add a comment down below if you have any ideas or inspiration to share. Make sure you tap that bell for notifications so you never miss another video. And I hope you guys enjoyed this card today. I will catch you all later. Have a great day, guys. Bye.